Yes, and you can see the building blocks in Big Ideas 2023. Um, but if you and the assumptions you'll see are very conservative. In fact, we've dialed them down. From just take institutional managers looking at Bitcoin as a new asset class, and they are, We've seen Coinbase and BlackRock hook up recently. It's because institutional investors want access to this new asset class, which the returns of which, the correlation of the returns are low, which is exactly what they're looking for. A lot of let me step back and just say last year was a disaster for crypto generally. However, if you look at the Bitcoin blockchain, it did not skip a beat. No transaction was interrupted. It did what we thought it was going to do. And it is no surprise to us that Sam Bankman-Fried did not like Bitcoin. Why? It's completely decentralized and completely transparent. And he couldn't control it. His firm, FTX, was completely centralized and opaque. So we think that as investors reflect on what happened last year, the failures were those companies that were not decentralized, were not transparent. Bitcoin didn't skip a beat. And if you watch what's going on, especially in emerging markets, there's hyperinflation all over the world as their currencies have fallen apart and as their fiscal and monetary responses to COVID are now proving in some cases to be disastrous. Those individuals, those populations need a fallback, an insurance policy like Bitcoin, as do high net worth individuals who are worried that their wealth will be confiscated. Inflation is confiscation of wealth, but then there's outright confiscation. And I'm sure that there are individuals in the troubled spots of the world, the Russias, the controversies in China, who are looking for that fallback in case something really wrong happens to them in these countries. There are tycoons who understand what their risks are. So we believe that in insurance policies, that Bitcoin is probably the best insurance policy. Just keep that key in your head, and at some point you'll be able to cross a border and reclaim your wealth.
Crypto investors and otherwise spent much of Wednesday weighing a repeat of Powell's utterances from a week ago that the deflationary process had started, but that the Federal Reserve would remain vigilant about stamping out high inflation, and somewhat more hawkish remarks from 3 Fed governors, including John Williams, who suggested central bankers would consider more aggressive rate hikes if the inflation climate worsened. Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Investment Management, updates about the recession fears and the current market cap of the crypto industry and reaffirms her firm belief in disruptive innovation.
We have a 5-year investment time horizon. I'll just tell you that our confidence in our outlook over the next 5 years has increased dramatically. I would say that what happened with Fed policy last year, which we thought was unnecessary, and we were in print saying that, that we've come to the end of that, and the market sees that, and I think that the time horizons, which shrunk to almost nothing. In fact, we saw investors looking backwards to guide them. They wanted they were looking back at the cash flow over the past year to guide their investment decisions. We think real returns are going to be delivered from those companies that are going to deliver on the innovation around which we have centered our research and investing over the next 5 years. And we do think now that the shock of interest rates going up 18-fold, I think it was. We've never seen this in history. We've never seen a bond market act as badly since the 1700s. So, of course, long-duration assets were going to be the primary victim. We believe that chapter is over, and that you never say the coast is clear. There are always risks, but we think we're on the other side of the most difficult time that innovation-oriented strategies have ever had. I've never seen anything like that in my career. We're on the other side of it, and we think the future is bright for innovation. We're really excited, as you can see from our Big Ideas 2023.
Bitcoin digested the latest developments and held steady throughout the day around its current support just below $23,000. The largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization was recently trading at $22,970, down 1.6% over the past 24 hours. BTC's recent lull follows a January surge to remember. Bitcoin's strong start to the year appears to be over for now. Edward Moya, chief market analyst for foreign exchange market maker Oanda, wrote in an email. After hitting some key technical resistance just above the $24,000 level, Bitcoin is entering consolidation modes.
I think the market's scrambling to try and understand how AI is going to impact the world, and ChatGPT has captured the investors' imagination, which is fantastic because we believe that innovation has been neglected, certainly in the last 2 years, badly neglected. And we believe that most investors are very short innovation. You mentioned our venture fund before. We have a big focus on AI in the venture fund. Picks and shovels are very important. Mosaic ML is a private company in which we've invested that is actually speeding up the progress with its software in artificial intelligence. So the name of the fund is ARC Venture. So really, really proud of it. Public-private, starting now because we believe the time is now. In terms of AI, you're right. A lot of what we expect is productivity gains. And so that will accrue to those companies that use AI most effectively. Yes, Meta Platforms was very interesting to hear Mark Zuckerberg last night focus first on AI as opposed to the metaverse. He had been he had been trying to push the idea of the metaverse, we think, before its time. Embracing AI right now and introducing it deeply into the firm to create efficiencies, absolutely the right thing to do. If you think about the revenue opportunities, they may not be as obvious. Sure, the picks and shovels, you mentioned NVIDIA, but we believe that the hidden gems that will benefit perhaps the most from artificial intelligence are those companies with proprietary data sets. We use Tesla all the time as a prime example of a lot of technology attributes. One of them is having the largest pools of real-world driving data in the world. In fact, it has more of that kind of data, orders of magnitude more of that kind of data than all of the other auto manufacturers and technology companies involved in transportation around the world. So we believe that it will be in the pole position for the autonomous taxi platform opportunity, which is a software as a service opportunity with massive margins. And it's also a winner-take-most opportunity. The company that is able to get an autonomous vehicle from point A to point B the most safely and quickly is going to be the winner. That's going to be the go-to service. So we're looking for those sorts of opportunities. In the genomic space, Exact Sciences, and we have models of both of these companies along with our assumptions on GitHub, actually. But Exact Sciences probably has more data because of its premier position in oncology molecular diagnostic testing. than any other company in the world. And it is training the data with artificial intelligence so that it can help surface cancer in stage 1. So again, here, the company with the most data, the most proprietary data, and the right domain expertise and AI expertise. So those 3 things, domain expertise, these are scientists with a deep understanding of biology, AI expertise, and data. So those are the kinds of companies we're looking for.
Meanwhile, Ether followed Bitcoin's lead, holding its most recent support comfortably above $1,600, although it was recently down over 2% from Tuesday same time. But as CoinDesk Markets analyst Glenn Williams noted Wednesday in a column, the second largest crypto in market value had regained its correlation to BTC after lagging so far this year. Both cryptos are up about 38% since January 1st.
What I would be looking for a little bit more, and it is how are companies harnessing AI for their own businesses? Do they have these proprietary data sets? So that's the first thing, because AI is going to enable the most massive productivity increase in our history. And we think that the productivity gains are going to be astounding and shocking. However, those companies who do not embrace this rapidly enough are probably going to lose competitively. So I would be looking at this more, are they going on this offensively within their own organizations? Do they have proprietary data? And then in terms of solution sets, as you say, these are going to be longer term, right? So Tesla, autonomous taxi platforms, Elon thinks he will launch within the next year. We are thinking within the next 18 months to 2 years. But the difference between AI, which is really the next generation software, and blockchain technology, is that this was a dream in really the tech and telecom bubble. It's taken breakthroughs, cloud computing in 2006 with AWS, deep learning, the breakthrough in 2012, and it's taken cost declines. Costs were way too high until now. We're now ready for prime time for the use of artificial intelligence to increase productivity within organizations and increase profitability, and yes, create new products and services, which will take time.
So, do you think, is it a good time to invest in crypto? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.